Hey everybody, Deb here with Heart Centered You's Daily Dose, and today is Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm excited about this one because today we are talking about abundance, specifically money. All right, so I am going to use the law of attraction to break this down into 4 different ways that we have a relationship with money, an energetic relationship with money that can really help us attract more abundance and be able to talk about this kind of taboo topic to really understand how to attract the kind of riches and energetic abundance that we're after, and why we might be blocked, why we might be working our tails off and still not attracting the kind of abundance that we want in this life. So we're going to break it down today. 4 topics. Get your papers out. This is really interesting stuff, and this isn't stuff that I came up with. I researched the law of attraction as a hobby because I'm so fascinated with it. And these are concepts that I have learned and that I work into my daily life because it really gives me ownership in an area that I thought I didn't have a lot of control. So here we go. The first one, number 1, is what is your vibration? Okay, so we talk about energetic vibration, and that means, are you vibrating a need or are you vibrating a sense of enough? All right, so in your life, are you coming at your job? Are you coming at your relationships with the sense of need? I need, I want, there is a lack, I don't have enough, my needs aren't being met, whatever it is. Or are you vibrating an attitude of gratitude? Are you vibrating an acceptance, a really genuine acceptance of where you're at? And I'm not saying don't have goals or desires. By all means, go for it. But while you're desiring, while you are goal-oriented, you've got to be okay with where you're at. If you don't have this attitude of 100% acceptance for today, then there's no way that the universe can bring abundance to you, because it's only going to reflect what already resides. So if you have this need, I don't have enough, this isn't enough for me, then you're only going to get experiences and people that reflect that same need. So you've got to figure out how to develop an attitude of gratitude and genuine acceptance of the present so that you can open your receiving channels to receiving the abundance. So when I say an attitude of gratitude, I mean really take stock of what it is that you have to be grateful for. Now, you can think about the people in your life, the experiences in your life. You can go as deep as, I'm grateful for the air I breathe, for the ears that I can listen to beautiful music with, and the nose that I have to smell beautiful smells with, to the voice I have to speak my truth, to all the different things like the moon and the sun and the stars that really give me perspective about where I am in relation to this world. You can experience and appreciate the vacations that you've taken and the memories that you've had, the bed that you sleep in, the phone that you talk on, the computer that you use, the gas in your car. You guys, the momentum starts coming and you realize there are hundreds of things that you can be grateful for. And as soon as you start to realize all of that, now the universe has some energy to respond back to you with more things to be grateful for, aka the abundance that you're seeking. All right, so that is number 1. Number 2 is this concept of tithing. So for those of you that don't know, tithing is a custom that has been around since the Babylonian era, and it's this idea of giving back 10% of your earnings to your community and to the greater good. All right, it's about putting energy into this world in a way that doesn't affect you directly. All right, so whether that is physical money, or it's actual energy, I believe in both, okay? So if you don't have 10% to give, let's say, start with giving your time, giving your energy, giving your support to someone, giving your compassion to someone maybe that's triggering you. Give the energy, give the time, giving your talents, giving your willingness to understand someone. Those are all ways that you can put energetic tithing into this world. And then for those of you that are saying, I want to give, but I don't have enough left over yet. I can barely make it paycheck to paycheck on my own. I get it. I get it. It's really, really tough, especially in this day and age, to afford our way of life. But here's the deal, and this is the catch-22. According to the law, you will never have enough because you have to give in order to receive. That energetic abundance has to reside in you first in order for the universe to give it back to you and open up opportunities to make more money. So give whatever you can give. If it's not 10%, if it's 2%, just do it. Start the habit. I bet you can have one less coffee a week, one less dinner out. You can forego something that maybe you've wanted for another month. There's ways around finding money, but you have to make it a priority, and you got to figure that out and get creative and just start where you're at. Okay, there's no reason that you have to start at 10% today, but just start. Do something. And if you can, find an organization, put your credit card in and make it automatic so that you don't even have to think about that commitment. You don't have to remember to do it. You just put that out there, and every month that auto payment goes through, and you are putting good, positive, generous, authentic energy into the world. And that's a beautiful habit and a beautiful exchange to be able to say that you're making with the world. All right? Okay, number 3 is this law of fair exchange. And this is one of my favorites, you guys, because it's a beautiful law. So this applies to your personal life, and it applies to your career, whether you are an entrepreneur or you're working for someone. If you're providing a service, it is essential that you have this idea of fair exchange, okay? So if the service you're providing is $80, then I want you to provide $100 worth of value, all right? If you don't have your own company and you're a waitress, or you're working for someone else in customer service, whatever it is, I want you to always remember that you can give more than that customer is paying for. And you can do that with your attitude. You can do that with your commitment. You can do that with your body language. You can do that with follow-up and really connecting with your customers and with your clients. So make sure that when you provide a service, you are providing that and then some, and really putting this abundant generosity into the world, because as a result, it will come back to you, but it also just feels really darn good. You kind of get rid of that guilt for charging a lot or whatever when you know that you're giving that person even more than they're paying for. And in your personal life, you do that by when somebody gives you a compliment, or they make you a meal, or they do something nice for you, you pay that back and then some, or even better, you pay it forward. You do that for someone else, and you continue that momentum. You continue putting that good energy into the world. And that relationship further creates these neuron connections in your brain that help you focus and pay attention to the good, to the positive, to the generous, to all the amazingness in the world and the generosity. And that alone helps reframe your brain into accepting. And that really leads us into this last idea. And the 4th topic is this idea of taking inventory of your receiving channels. Okay, so I want you to ask yourself this question. When you want to make more money, when you want to see more abundance, when you want to have a richer relationship, like a romantic relationship or a richer relationship with a friend or parent, I need you to ask yourself, are my receiving channels open? Okay, do I accept compliments nicely, with grace? Do I let people treat me to coffee or a meal? Do I, really embrace the idea of somebody helping me? Can I ask for help? Can I receive help without feeling guilty or undeserving? And I don't think we often ask these questions of ourselves, but it's very, very much connected. If your receiving channels are blocked in those ways, chances are your receiving channels are blocked in the bigger ways when it comes to receiving a bigger paycheck or more love or more understanding or compassion. it's very, very difficult to have one without the other. So if you can ask these questions of yourself and then make those changes and start opening yourself up to receive a little more in the smaller ways, in the emotional ways, then you're going to be able to receive a lot more in the bigger ways as well. Okay, holy cow, that was a mouthful, but these are such great tools, and what's kind of fun is some of them inherently don't have anything to do with direct money, but our relationship with receiving, our relationship with giving directly relates to abundance as a whole, be it positive energy in relationships or full-on income. And so I want you guys to use these tools and think about these 4 topics. Think about your vibration. Think about, are you giving back? Are you putting that energy into the world? If you're only receiving and you're not giving back, then that's a big ask of the universe to put you first all the time without you giving back that energy. And then I want you to think about that law of fair exchange. Is there always this give and take, and are you really authentically and generously giving of yourself so that you can feel so good about your product or about your energy that then there is no guilt when other people do the same for you? And then finally, taking that inventory of your receiving channels and really making sure that you've put all that energy forward now, making sure that maybe your issue is that you're not good at receiving help. And so making sure that you're building your awareness in that way as well. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you have fun doing this kind of awareness building activity and that you have a great Wisdom Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, and I will see you guys next week as we talk about more mindfulness topics. As always, comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always direct message me and we can talk more in depth about these topics and these strategies. But it's my pleasure to share what I've learned and what's helpful for me, and I hope that you guys can share this as well if you guys know anybody that could benefit. Mwah. Namaste.